Hey everybody, today I'm going to be talking about a very important list as the Whovian. My top 5 Doctor Who episodes. This was a very hard list to make. It involved a lot of eliminations. Some great episodes had to be removed from the list. Because I originally started at the top 20, then narrowed it down to a top 10, and now a top 5. These are in a particular structured order, so watch out for that. And I concluded 2-parters or 3-parters as one individual episodes for each of them. So let's say there's the finale that's a 2-parter. That's one entry on the list. So let's get started. Allons-y. Okay, so for number 5, we have the Season 3 finale 3-parter, which consists of Utopia, The Sound of Drums, and The Last of the Time Lords. This is on this list simply because it introduced what perhaps is the greatest Doctor Who villain of them all. The Master. The Master is a complete badass at what he does. He is just pure evil. But the good thing about the Master is that he is evil for a reason. I'm not going to spoil anything, but you can understand, you feel for him, even though he's an insane psychopath. So it's really interesting how they combine the Master's arc. It's almost like his formation in Utopia, then his rise in The Sound of Drums, then his fall in The Last of the Time Lords. I like how they did that, and it's a really great 3-parter, the way it progresses, everything. It's just this classic Russell T Davies Doctor Who spirit. Number 4, The Angels Take Manhattan. The mid-season 7 finale that leaves everyone crying. The Weeping Angels are back and stronger than ever, and they have a mission to get rid of Rory Williams. So you can tell that doesn't end too well, since the Doctor loses his 2 favorite companions, Amy and Rory, and gains another one in the next episode. So you could tell it quite doesn't end too well. Just the emotional tension and how bad you feel for the Doctor and how skillfully crafted this gothic horror noir story is made. You can definitely put Angels Take Manhattan on this list. Number 3, A Good Man Goes to War. This is the series 6 season 6 mid-season finale. This is the mid-climax of season 6. You find out River Song's secret. They rescue Amy from Demon's Run, and you see the Doctor gain all his old allies come back together. It's kick-ass. It's really awesome how they perform the structure, and you know the Doctor has to follow his prophecy. So the prophecy really comes collapsing on him, and he gets screwed in the end. So do Amy and Rory, and it leads to the second arc of season 7. Perfectly ties the 2 arcs together, so with one overall story arc. So definitely Good Man Goes to War, great mid-season finale. And then number 2 and number 1 I specifically put on a list not based on how well they fit into the series as a whole, but how creative they are on their own. So number 2 is Gridlock. Before I watched season 4, this was my number 1 episode. Gridlock was just the most creative idea, science fiction idea ever. It basically takes the concept of a traffic jam that kills you. It's really hard to explain. It's like a traffic jam horror monster. So it's just the creativity of how they structured the plot and the whole explanation behind it just definitely gives you such tension, such relatability almost, even though it's a completely unrealistic situation for what is happening in the science fiction world. You can definitely connect to it, sort of, and how the characters are feeling. And you don't really think about the Doctor and Martha at this point. You're thinking about the people in these traffic jam and how they were going to get out. Just the creativity behind it and everything, and how it ties in at the end towards the rest of the series, definitely makes this number 2 spot on my list. And then number 1 is season 4's this 2-parter, The Silence in the Library and The Forest of the Dead. This is Moffat at his finest. Everybody hates Moffat. Everybody loves Moffat. you gotta love his creativity, even if you do hate him. Just the way this story was structured is just so tremendous. You cannot even imagine. This beats any horror movie out there today. This like shows you that you could still have a little bit of terror inside of you, while still having a great, excellent storyline that completely you never expect what's going to happen. Complete twists, complete turns, and just great storytelling at its finest. Science fiction. And that's why I think Silence in the Library and the Forest had defined the spirit of Doctor Who, the mystery, the science fiction, how the Doctor feels like as you have to save people, just the whole spirit of Doctor Who combined in one episode can be perfectly epitomized in The Silence in the Library and The Forest and the Dead. And that is my top 5 Doctor Who episodes. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you guys next time.